I've been an actor all my life. In fact, I have no conscious memory of ever not being an actor. But while acting is what I do to make a living, activism is what I do to stay alive. And so that... So in my own small way, I've come here to encourage you to keep on keeping on with your incredible and inspiring global call to all states, international organizations, civil society organizations, and everyone to acknowledge that any use of nuclear weapons would cause catastrophic humanitarian and environmental harm. That there is a universal humanitarian imperative to ban nuclear weapons, even each time someone stands up for an ideal or acts to improve the lot of others or strikes out against injustice, they send forth a tiny ripple of hope. And crossing each other from a million different centers of energy and daring, those ripples build a current which can sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression and injustice.
You said that I can call you Martin.
Please.
Seems almost rude.
Why is that?
I mean, you're the President of the United States.
If we get arrested, we go to prison. What's going to happen to our children? And Father Berrigan responded, what's going to happen to them if you don't?
The story here in 1993, when you walked onto the US Air Force Base and hammered on a nuclear F-15 bomber to fulfill the Prophet Isaiah's oracle, you wrote, "They shall beat their swords into plowshares and study war no more."
Yeah.
On the bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got arrested.
Is there a problem?
But the most important thing to remember is one heart with courage is a majority. Over the entire history of the human race, every truth began as a blasphemy.
200 years ago, they come along and say, this is my impression of them. Excuse me, we are announcing the abolition of slavery. You can't even say it with a straight face because it's crazy. What they did was they lifted up a vision. And you know what's happened in this world of 20,000 nuclear weapons, 30 wars, 1 billion people starving.
9 countries having...
Right. So we have lost the imagination.
The Irish tell a story of a man who arrives at the gates of heaven and asks to be let in. St. Peter says, of course, just show us your scars. The man says, I have no scars. St. Peter says, what a pity. Was there nothing worth fighting for?
Practical, reasonable, and it's our only hope. We have to get rid of these nuclear weapons. And Gandhi said that over and over and over again. Every change happens through grassroots movement building. And if Gandhi were still alive, from the bottom up, if Gandhi were alive and Martin Luther King were alive, they'd be part of the international campaign to abolish nuclear weapons.
They would. Yes, it's true. They would. As we lift up people everywhere to that place where the heart is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depths of truth. And when we finally arrived, so we're just so, we're going on adrenaline now.
And coffee.
And
coffee. A lot of coffee.
And this wonderful energy in this room with ICAN. Just extraordinary. Thank you. Are there any Americans here? 2 Americans. Say who you are. Who are you? Where are you from? Yell it out, I pray.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. I was talking about Garrison Keillor earlier today.
Question, why didn't you do something about this when you had the chance? I mean, in season 3, for instance.
I think we should all thank ICAN for bringing such wonderful and great people who, despite all these numerous arrests, remain very happy, funny, and clever people.
Crazy. Thank you.
And even though I have no arms to hug you, but I hope perhaps to have a chance to say hello to you and to just say thank you.
Where the mind is led forward by thee to ever-widening thought and action into that heaven of freedom, my Father. Let us all awake. Thanks so much.